did you hear about Adamant being voiced by the guy that voices Kiriko Tamine?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
wow.
It's like Studio Orange is all like, we could be subtle with this.
Yeah. Or we could let's not do
let's not do that. Not at all.
Wow.
No.
That's amazing.
Isn't
That's
that
wonderful.
amazing? Yeah. All right, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Land of the Lustrous, episode 2. Okay. Guys, I am really liking this show.
Yeah?
Just went through the first episode a little bit just to kind of make sure I, caught up on some of the names and stuff. And just the beauty of this show. It's like
absolutely
the lighting
gorgeous.
And just the character, facial animations and everything is just
facial animation is really
it's
good.
so good.
Yep.
And some things that people told us that were very helpful, like non-spoilery things.
Right,
just
like
Cinnabar.
Her poison is, or his poison is
or
mercury.
their poisoning.
Is mercury, and that the gem that Cinnabar is based off of, or is you could actually get mercury poisoning if you hold it too long, apparently.
Right.
Which is pretty crazy.
Very interesting. Also, the gems being based on actual scientific stuff for their hardness and for all of their statistics, if you will, are things that carry over into the real world. And they're consistent with that. Like, it's something that if we were very knowledgeable about that we would actually know these kinds of things and to be like,
but at least we recognize Daya. Yes,
big smart here. Very smart.
Looking forward much more.
Looking forward to the mystery of this world being unraveled by
maybe fragmenting into a bunch of different possibilities.
Sure. I'm also looking forward to seeing how the limits of their world
will be shattered.
Can be explored with I would say this kind of depressed gem, Cinnabar. I like how Cinnabar is being set up as kind of the second main character, potentially.
And it does seem to be that way.
That kind of character development and what's going on there would be quite interesting. So
indeed.
Without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. Now, due to copyright issues with this show, we're doing this all timer-based from here on out. I know you've already seen the first episode, so there wasn't any explanation there. We're just trying to keep our channel safe and do this right.
Exactly.
So, full-length reactions for everybody. We're going to start our countdown here. Be sure to sync up your footage with it. Start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, that's definitely Kiriko Tamine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Cool.
That's a bummer. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Basically, from the pressure and the struggle, these gems formed. And I think that's a cool kind of twist on the alternate universe of this world. That basically things were bad. Things were bad.
Bad stuff happened, and now things are all right.
Yes, but the idea that there's a conflict that's still going on, and also the idea that this Kiriko Tamine character could be an unreliable narrator.
Right. Although, hey, they could have that be the craziest twist of all, is that Kiriko Tamine is actually like a neutral sort of overseer of this world. And maybe he's not actually a good guy or a bad guy. He's just kind of like, just
I do what I do. Yeah, this is my function. This is my purpose.
I am adamant. I am solid. I don't really change or, anything. Yeah. But totes evil. Yeah, I think the main thing with him is that if you're going to cast a voice actor for, Kiriko Tamine, and you have all these very adorable protagonists and stuff,
there's that contrast that
which is
probably going to be
intentional at the very least.
Yeah, it's very intentional. But God, it's just
so fluid,
gorgeous, and diamond. Whoa, it is an island, but that's such a
quite an island.
Cool island. It's like a spiral.
People about to get blasted into a million pieces
if they. Oh my God! Whoa! Whoa! Dang!
So it's not that it would be dangerous; it's just that it's impossible.
What the heck? Ha! Is this Phos? Sneak attack!
Diving onto the ground a bad idea when you're fragile?
Cinnabar? Yeah.
I still don't know it. Yeah.
I have woken.
It is also the key to dig the Holy Grail.
It's an amazing voice, though.
Oh yeah. That's got to be sweet for the voice actor, though. Like, to have a voice that's so iconic and so recognizable that, like, so
like, we don't change a thing. Like,
exactly.
That exact
just
same
do
voice.
that voice again and again and again, please.
Oh!
For Jade, that's got to be real bad.
100-year.
Cleavage. Cleavage is very important.
It's just a choice of phrase, yes.
Yeah.
Of course you don't get it, Phos. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What about Diamond?
Well, Diamond is the top of the top, probably. She's working her way up, probably. Ooh. Okay. Thank you.
That's right.
That's right.
Is Jade not a very good fighter?
Oh.
Grass.
Oh.
Wow.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Wow.
Oh. Diamond is just wholesome
too pretty
beauty.
to look at.
Yes, exactly. Oh, literally. Bestow upon me some guidance. An idea on how to get ideas. It's pretty deep. You provide a solution for that. Whoa. There you go.
Yeah. What is that thing on Daya's back, though? Rolling down her sock.
I don't know. Phos is, I mean, Daya's so sweet. Just like... Aww. Phos's personality is just
excellent.
Is amazing.
Bortz?
Verbal whammy.
That's Daya's blade.
Whoa. Here we go.
And this is where we see the super overpowered.
These
just
seem
badass.
the sunspots seem like Rorschach images, you know,
Oh.
I'm wondering if something's there, you know? The way they form.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're liquid. Oh!
Just doesn't even matter if they do hit.
Sugare! Back. Yep, stay back. Oh. Oh. The sword's gonna break before Daya does.
Yeah. What's the sword made of?
Something else. Why do those look like eyes in the sword blade? Okay.
Daya threw the sword. That's... Wait.
Does she want to be taken?
Or is there something that can actually pierce her?
Oh, here comes Bortz.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Whoa.
Okay. Alright. Alright.
Whoa! Oh my god!
And then Daya just runs up and catches him.
Daya's frozen. Like, just...
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
Huh.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So that's why the weakness of Daya's personality, it's the fragility of just I have all these flaws and stuff.
Oof.
Who told you that? Oh. Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh. There you go.
Maybe call it Babaka.
Whoa. Oh. So she's not... Is she falling apart? Okay.
Wow. He says while hiding behind
Whammo! For coming up with new ideas. Huh. What? Oh, they're back already?
Okay.
Oh, this is a big one.
Uh-huh.
Or, no, it's not even...
It's flying low.
Oh, it's going for the main hub. Yeah. There's something shining at the top that's different from the usual way. What? Oh, crap. They know?
Oh.
They know?
That's bad.
This is about to get chaotic really quickly. Yeah, seriously. The humor in this show is so snappy.
So snappy.
Yep.
You know how to crack a joke.
That is a shell. That is a shell. And oceans? Creatures of the ocean?
Maybe.
Okay. Top fighter, go get him. Phos. Oh, Daya's gonna die.
Stay out of my way. Just
Whoa.
like that?
Was that it?
Of course.
Yeah. It's from underneath the ocean. Yep. Because there's a crab inside it. Oh god. Oh god. Phos! Clue in!
Wait, is that a... It's a snail.
Yeah, it is a snail, yeah. Oh my god. You are going to be digested eventually.
So the question is, are these characters humanoid-sized, or are they actually tiny?
Yeah, it's like, another good question.
Is that snail giant, or is the snail normal-sized?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, crap.
Oh, that's not good.
It's going to dissolve them, yeah.
That's really not good.
Yeah, and Phos is right in the...
Phos is going.
Oh, crap. Is Phos gonna die?
Crap. I mean, we had a scare last episode, and Phos was okay.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Yeah, she's dissolving. No, this is just a regular snail, I think. It's big compared to them, but
like, a regular snail wouldn't be able to do that, would it?
I don't know. I mean, this is a world with new creatures and stuff.
Right. But
essentially rebooted. Oh my god. Guys,
Phos is still conscious.
What the hell?
Or will this be how Phos evolves?
Sure, possibly. Master woke up. Whoa. Yeah.
What was
right?
that? Wait. Hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, something new entered everything. Yeah,
Yep,
here we go.
Not what I expected. Like with... Okay.
And Phos could be dead.
No, Phos isn't dead. Phos is in the opening. Like...
I know, but...
Like
there are no rules so far that this story has established.
It's
so
gonna
far.
be crazy, whatever they do.
Okay. Big thing that I think needs to be established here is that the things knew, I think, that the master was meditating.
Yes. Yep.
And they went directly there to drop this
snail thing.
Snail shell and everything.
Right.
There. Why?
New weapon.
Just a weapon they found or something.
I don't know.
Now, I want to go back after this is over and check the exposition at the beginning, because what they gave, I think, was that the Earth split.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was shattered by like a meteor or something. Like some celestial body came in. Oh. All right. I was kind of spellbound by this episode.
Yeah.
There was so many mysterious, weird things going on that I don't really have as much to say about those plot developments in the literal sense, other than theories. And then I have a lot to say about the themes I think they were trying to bring up with Daya that correlate back to what was going on with Cinnabar.
Right.
And also Phos, I think.
Because I feel like that's one of the... What probably surprised me the most about this episode is that they set up so much stuff in the first episode, even though it was kept very mysterious.
Right.
And then in this episode, I expected them to kind of play off of what was in the first episode a bit more. And they did for a little bit, but then they're like, nope, we're going to cover completely different stuff.
Right.
And then there was that whole ending, which was crazy. But yeah, it did feel like it had similar themes of the sense of belonging and worth and identity and who they are, and
right, finding their purpose.
Right.
And this is something that I'm curious about. There's a reason why we are not seeing duplicates.
Right.
I'm just going to throw that out there. I think there is a very probably disturbing reason. I'm just going to go dark immediately.
Okay, yeah, why not?
That there are no duplicates.
Yep.
Do you find it a little odd?
Well, okay, given that the pieces of them can be molded back together and stuff, it could be that simply all the types of all right, it could just be that they're segregated from the rest of the world and whatnot.
Sure.
And that could totally be a thing. It could also just be that when they were basically created, or when they came into being, that their consciousness was split amongst all the pieces. So if any pieces were split, it would still be them. So then they just collect them all and they keep them in one place.
Right.
In which case it could just be that that's how it was from the very beginning, and then there's nothing more to it.
Yeah.
But there's shenanigans going on.
There's so much shenanigans
going
on.
It seems like, because that seemed like a brain and stuff at the end there, and I'm pretty sure snails don't have that complicated of like internals
stuff.
And then there's the whole idea of like, okay, so what was happening with Phos? Was he being like absorbed into some other being? Like, did he become food that like was then consumed, and now that's what's been? I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay, so big thing this episode is that Phos is trying to find a place that they can fit in this whole world and stuff like that. They got the cyclopedia thing going on.
There's Cinnabar,
and Phos is now going to Daya. Hey, Daya, will you help me give some questions, ideas? Jade wasn't really helpful, so just getting punted around the group and stuff. And what I'm sensing, kind of a repeating pattern with all these gems, is that they don't really think for themselves much at all.
Okay.
And this is I would say, a typical sign of them being tools, not really being people.
Or you could say it's a sign of them being set in their ways. If you have Adamant as their leader and they are gemstones, then they're not, like humans are liquid-based creatures. They're
set in stone.
Yeah, exactly. They're set in stone.
Yeah, I think
very pretty stones, but still.
Right, but I think the reason for that is because of why they were formed at all in the first place. Now, the fact that we got a snail in this, you brought up a very interesting point. Something that's very curious. Now, it doesn't really matter right now for the plot, but who's to say they're even, like, humanoid-sized?
Right.
That's a very interesting thing to bring up. The idea that a snail is the first actual thing that we can correlate back to our world and go, I know what that is. That's a snail. I mean, it looks a little weird, but it's still a snail. And maybe it's some super evolved snail, but it's like, wait.
Oh, holy crap. Also, the grass.
What about it?
The grass blades are so giant compared to them. Now, the grass can get that big and stuff, right?
Wait. You're saying the grass is too big? But won't grass just keep growing?
Well, right. Yeah. I'm not saying that it has to be that, but they could have it be something where, what if that grass is all actually like really tiny, short little things of grass, and that's them, so they're actually like this big?
Huh. Okay.
Now I think that would still make the snail too big, so maybe that doesn't work.
Yeah, I just found that to be interesting because what it does to me is it makes me question the world that they're in. Because they gave us actually some world building exposition in the beginning of this episode, and they started the episode by doing that. So I'm like, okay, it's basically a formatting thing of saying you had the first episode, you were thrust into this world, it's mysterious, it's weird. Hey, here's some exposition
given by Kirei Kotomine.
Yes, the person who we're supposed to take at his word specifically that this
and again, I'll say it again, if they end up having it be that Adamant is at least an okay guy, then I will be pleasantly surprised. And I would kind of prefer that in a way, because it'd be different. But no. But I mean, they're not doing that.
No,
like they are not doing.
They're not doing that. So there's two things that I just want to bring up. The exposition intentionally left us on a cliffhanger. Why?
Well, okay. The one potential explanation that is where there wasn't actually maybe like much that needs to be gone into more, even though there totally is.
Oh, there totally is. Yeah.
Is that they're not exactly gemstones, right? They're something other than gemstones.
Well, they're a new species,
right. But it could just be that it didn't want to basically give a name to them, what they are.
But you also did something. You also said something very interesting, which was when the narrator, Adamant, gave the exposition. They said that there was a new species that came to the surface.
Right. And that
was not being
that was
related
not,
to as
that
the
was
gems.
Not the gems. That was not the gems. Yeah, a new species that could survive in the harsh environment or whatever. And then after that, later the gemstones came up.
Yeah.
So is that the Lunarians?
That has to be the
snail
Lunarians
thing,
then.
Or what? Who knows?
So I'm gonna throw out there that it's the Lunarians, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So okay, so we have now some different species and stuff there.
Sure.
Are the Lunarians basically the closest thing to humans that we have left over?
Maybe.
And they're just evolved to be something that can survive the surface. Now, nothing else can survive the surface. Everything else is underwater.
Except that the gemstones came out of the water onto the shores, and it doesn't seem to be that hostile of a place. Like, this seems very good considering that 6 stars struck the Earth and shattered it into 6 different pieces.
Because we were given, I think, millions of years of history in that actual exposition bit there. Okay. The only way for those gems to form over that ridiculous period of time, in my opinion, would have been over eons of tons of years.
Yep.
So I think we're basically getting told actually that the Lunarians
are now the dominant species, and they're basically, the gems are invading their territory or something.
Well,
or at least
no. What I think it is that Lunarians are trying to solve this whole thing, and the gemstones come from where, basically probably the answers are. which is underwater.
Sure, where the 6 stars are potentially. I mean, hey, that would be crazy and awesome, and yeah, I mean, why not?
I am 100% calling it that basically this show is not going to go with them going Gurren Lagann and going to the moon.
They're going to go to the
Earth. They're going to go to the ocean, basically. They're going to go to the sites of why this world became the way it became.
And I could definitely see the ocean being a great way to showcase awesome CG. Yeah. Like amazing CG, but also they're gems, so they don't need to breathe,
right?
And it's just like the ocean is probably one of the best representations of infinity, without actually leaving the planet.
Totally. And you know what was one of the earliest plot points that this show brought up?
Was that they're on an island?
No, specifically with their physiology, that their memories are contained within every fragment, that there's these little things throughout them.
So there could be tons of them floating around in the ocean.
Oh my god, so many. But not only that, this is the part that I'm actually curious about, which way they're going to do this. Because this is the thing. The gems might not actually be able to access all their memories.
Sure, that would explain why they don't remember all of the history of everything that's ever happened.
Right, because they should. Right,
exactly.
Because they were just formed over periods of time, right?
Yep, and that could be how Adamant is basically keeping control over them, is that they have been destroyed at certain parts, and maybe he's keeping secret stores of their pieces so that the memories can be.
Or at the very least, all he's doing is he's just shaving them down.
Sure,
just shaving them down little bits over time to erode their memories, and it happens over eons of time. So they don't know. They don't know.
Because one of the things that. It's like, all right, this could just be a design choice with the character designs and everything. But all the characters are kind of spindly.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with them doing that as far as character design choice. Could totally be a thing. But if they wanted it to be something where it's like, no, they've been whittled down over time.
Sure.
And, there you go.
Yeah. I think that the one thing that seems to call this all into question the most here is just that they seem to have no goal. Now if you were the leader of this group here,
and I had nefarious intentions,
no, and you had good intentions, you'd be like, hey, the main goal is survival, obviously, but there has to be a reason to survive. Now if these are immortal, eternal, rock beings, which is
can't reproduce, because that's the usual thing that it is for species, is that it's we live so that we can have more of us live, right?
Yeah. What I think they would be doing primarily is that they would be here to collect the new ones that come up from the ocean, right? Given that we just got this exposition, and be like, yes, that's good. But what we've realized is that they know nothing. After all this time, they know nothing outside of their island. Nothing. Which means Adamant intentionally likes it that way. Because there's no goals about them expanding their knowledge.
Right. Well, I mean, there's the encyclopedia.
No, that's an afterthought. I think that's
and the fact that, here's the other thing. The fact that he gives that to Phos.
He's basically saying,
this is something
nothing about that.
Well, or I intentionally care that it never ends up getting done.
Oh, sure.
So I'm going to give it to Phos, the person who will never, ever make any progress whatsoever.
Bless Phos's amazingly, just derpy personality. It's so wonderful.
Phos's personality is absolutely wonderful, and probably something that Adamant banks on.
Now, one of the things I think that's great about Phos specifically is that the personality is something that I could see getting really annoying if handled wrong.
Yes.
Really annoying.
And if the facial expressions weren't done right either, again, CG, good job.
Very good job. But I see Phos as this how would I say this? The rock that starts an avalanche. Basically the one that just kind of bumbles into things that shouldn't be adjusted, shouldn't be moved. And I'm gonna actually throw some shade at the quack doctor here real quick. I think the doctor has to on some level be
in league with Adamant,
in on this, because if they're doing some kind of memory altering slow kind of test thing and stuff like that, it has to be something where the master isn't actually doing everything. There has to be some delegation.
Okay.
And I love the Doctor's character's just lack of just, no, I just grab you and
hit you with a hammer and stuff.
It's like, okay, that's cool. I love that quack side is actually being shown. It's great, and we have a reason for that.
And I love that
reason for the name. Yeah.
We're studying cleavage in a way that is different than one would expect from anime.
I mean, you know what they're meaning by cleavage,
yes,
right?
I know. Okay, it's when you thinking it cleanly. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Why do you think boobs got called cleavage in the first place anyway?
Right.
I mean, maybe it's chicken in the egg.
Boobs aren't called cleavage. It's...
Well, Point is, people, that there's mysteries to this world, and cleavage is one of them. No.
Yes.
There's mysteries to this world, and we need to find them out.
I gotta say, Phos as a character, to put them into this situation where the snail dissolves Phos in this way. I didn't even get enough time to emotionally really invest in Phos.
Well,
and now I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold on. Are we going to find out how maybe the Master Adamant keeps them all really alive?
Potentially.
Because what could happen here, I think this would be actually the coolest way to do it, is that as long as they get some part of Phos out of the snail, going to be fine. Phos's personality and everything will stay there, but all the memories will go away. All the memories will leave, right? So who's to say that when Phos comes back, they have to use what Phos was originally made of for the whole thing? And this actually is something that I'm very curious about, is the convenience of there being no duplicates. And this is a weird theory thing to go on and stuff like that. I don't know anything about gemstones, really, all this kind of this science, this stuff. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
But I would think that it would be something that they could go into where it's like, you're phospholite or whatever. That's why you're the most fragile. It makes sense and stuff. But let's say they, we need 28 workers and stuff like that. We need as many as we can, so let's replace them with other metals and other things to, make sure that they can keep going and stuff.
Okay.
And Phos will then end up tapping into the memories of those gems that were added into the mixed, just to get them back into working order.
So, I think I figured out what Adamant's meditation is.
Ooh, yes.
He's snorting the dust of other ones. Basically, he's going through the memories.
I had a much more trippy thing that I thought he was doing.
Astral projection of some kind.
I actually think he's not there.
Okay. The idea for me is that he's not there because he's going through the other memories and stuff, potentially.
Well, I think that there's definitely a thing there where he could be going through the memory banks that he's acquired over the years. But I get the more of the vibe that the reason why there's no way you can wake him up is because he's literally his soul has left his body. He is doing some high level meditation stuff.
Right.
And as far as we're concerned right now, this story is both equally sci-fi and fantasy. There is no rule, basically right now the only plot mechanic that they've put in that's
gems
hard
have hardness,
is that gems have unique properties, right? But also that every gem contains their memories in their fragments and stuff, and that's a huge thing to have. So when he's I'm Zen thing. Also, by the way, the visuals of the Lunarians also hint back, I think, to some Buddhist kind of imagery and stuff as well. Which then the thing of him meditating, I think, is something that also is a little suspicious. So
all right, okay, maybe he's some dark Lunarian that split and whatnot, and maybe they were just maybe these ones were the ones that he actually stole from the Lunarians, and that's where they're trying to get them back. And maybe he smashed them all.
That would be the way he's a good guy. Actually, he's like, I'm just trying to keep you all. I want to give you all freedom in some way.
Or he stole them for himself to have his own little collection of pretty gems. And maybe the...
And then the Lunarians would be the good guys in that case.
Exactly.
Because they're like, you're abusing your influence over this here.
We're needing to get these people back. And the way the memories are maybe kept from them is that he didn't reassemble them completely. So that way they don't have the memories of their previous lives or whatever.
I really like that theory. I think another really cool theory with the idea of him meditating for the purpose of kind of a leaving his body thing is that he's actually exploring. Yeah, he's going into the ocean and kind of just doing what he can,
trying to find more gemstone
people, or you're right in that it's a memory thing, and he's actually going through the banks because he's a finite being. It takes time to actually process all that stuff. Yeah. Even if he's going very fast, he's like looking for a solution. Maybe that's something that Phos will bring up and be like, "Hey, Master, I know it's not my place, but like, what are we gonna do in 100 years? Like, how are we gonna
Same thing we always do, Pinky.
Right, like, but the Lunarians keep attacking. Eventually,
they'll win.
They'll win, right?
Or we'll win, but we don't attack them back.
We don't attack them, yeah. So what's our future here? I think that since everything's so tied to memories and stuff, the answers to their solutions and all that are in the past.
Sure.
But Phos is the future. Phos is the one that will bring about them to actually have a future.
Screwed.
In which case they are all screwed, but not in the sense of that they're doomed to fail. In that, I would say a lot of them are going to die along the way to this
So Phos
future.
is now in a snail.
Yes.
And potentially then fed into a brain.
I don't know, Jacob. It's just like, what is going to happen? And it's weird because, like...
Is Phos going to become human?
No.
No, okay. So no. Hear me out.
Okay.
If the parts of them take memories, and let's say they're actually really small.
Okay.
It seemed like it was nutrition that was given.
Wait, what?
Like that basically Phos was dissolved, and there were
nutrition
tubes,
for the snail.
No, for the brain thing. There were the tubes that were connected to the brain thing. So what if Phos was dissolved, and then the dissolved portions of Phos were then fed to the brain, the dissolved portions... I don't think of the snail. I would say of something different.
Something inside the shell?
I don't know. But,
see, that's the thing. I don't necessarily see a connection between the brain organ stuff and anything that we've seen on screen yet. I'm almost taking it as metaphysical. Like, I'm not even looking at it literally at this point.
But we have interdimensional stuff, or it seems like so far.
With Rorschach images.
Right, exactly. So
I see my mother.
So Phos could have been teleported like back to the Lunarians or something for all we know. But if that was a human brain or something similar that they were feeding potentially Phos's dust to, would that be a way to transfer Phos's memories and soul and identity essentially to some other body, right? And then that's how Phos is going to come back and save everyone and help them live, because then they'll actually have bodies, but then they wouldn't be gemstones, so that kind of defeats the purpose of the show.
See, I think you're onto something with the consumption of memories. But other than that, I think that
the brain things just... Yeah, I mean, no, we came out of the deep end is the thing. So are we going to go back there? Who knows?
Right. But I want to look at it from a metaphysical sense and say that brain thing is tying back to the memory exposition we were given in the first episode.
Yeah, maybe.
But as far as we know, a snail shouldn't have, that kind of...
and even if it did...
Especially that snail.
Snail, and that brain was not hooked up in the way that a normal brain would be. Like,
it was beating like a heart.
Well, it was beating like a heart, and it also had the tubes and stuff connected to it were like power cables for like some gear that you set up like in next to your computer. Right.
So there's a possibility that what they're doing here is maybe they're trying to make people. Maybe they have some, like, encased in amber or some kind of preservative fluid. They have a human brain, like the
Lunarians have maybe this is just because they're the other that's attacking kind of a thing, but they have seemed rather personal and like lacking of individuality.
Yes.
They
seem more like things than people.
Right, hence the Madoka vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem more spiritual
and maybe
ethereal.
Okay, here's a crazy thought.
Uh-huh.
What if they're actually connected to some super entity hive mind that is controlling them all remotely?
Okay, and that's the brain thing.
Right, that's the brain thing, and that's why capturing them is actually so important, because they can take it back to the brain thing and feed it to the brain thing in order to get information and the memories and everything, and then they can, because maybe what they're all after is actually just adamant.
Whoa, wait a minute.
And he's using these gems as protection.
Okay, I've got a even crazier theory, okay? I'm going to go and predict MC powers, right?
Okay.
Why is Phos the main character? Because of the quirky personality.
Personality, but also probably what just happened here is going to cause some shift in Phos's nature that will allow Phos to influence the plot.
Sure. Yes, I think that's the most likely thing. Another likely thing, I'm going to go and just realize I don't know anything about this science and stuff like that. I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
What if the hardness thing...
Mm-hmm.
Now, all matter boils down essentially to elements, right?
Yeah.
It's just different combinations of different
and then,
elements, right?
Yeah, and then below that you get like neutrons and protons and electrons. And
so all these...
below that,
I'm going to go out there on a weird limb and say that the real twist of this show is that all these gems are essentially the same when you get down to the level where the memories are actually stored.
Okay.
And the reason why Phos is actually the most fragile is because Phos is the oldest. Phos has some of the oldest original memories in there.
All right. Okay.
That's my weird theory.
All right. I like the idea of that from a style standpoint, because Phos being the main character and awakening to it, it's a great way to tell us what happened without like getting too exposition-y about it, because Phos is discovering it.
And they'll flash it. And that's what that brain thing was, is that's a version of a flash of memory.
But then also, Cinnabar is technically the one that's weaker than Phos, right? Cinnabar is weaker than Phos.
Yes. And showing the most mental instability.
Exactly. And they heavily focused on Cinnabar in the first episode, not just with Phos, but also in the, when you don't know anything about the story, we're going to show this character in sort of an ambiguous, mysterious way.
Right. And just kind of
probably like
monologuing in a...
Yeah, like it's just there's plot relevance to this character kind of a thing.
Well, right, but there was a lamentation of sorts. They were basically like...
Singing the songs of the elves.
Yeah, there was a sadness just in that first scene there. Of
songs of the elves. Yeah, that's immortality and lamentation. Those go hand in hand in fantasy. Like...
I love that this show hasn't really given us anything.
No, it really hasn't.
And yet we're like, oh, what'll it be?
I almost wonder how they're going to resolve this, because these two episodes felt so completely separate.
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to set up a true
event
story for
what happened with Phos?
Yeah, I guess
you're right.
But still, it's starting with just a snail. Like
it's something new.
It's something new.
It's something new. We have to see how all these characters react to it.
Right.
And you've seen how we react to this. So, yeah, I think if anything, I felt just kind of like during the reaction and stuff, because it was just like, all right,
Yep.
But I can't wait. I want to watch more. There's, yeah, I love these types of stories. So thank you to all who like got us into this. We have the ensemble cast. We have the weird mysteries.
Yep, it's right up your alley.
It's right up my alley. This is totally my show. Okay,
and Phos is adorable.
Phos is amazing. Adorable. I love Phos.
Hopefully Phos isn't dead. Like,
and Daya's so adorable too. Like Daya's so sweet. Everything about these characters is something where I'm like, ooh, I'd love to see interactions between these two now. I'd love to see interactions between Daya and Cinnabar.
I just want to see them all break.
Yeah. Well, I think that's actually like a guarantee.
Yeah.
It's just how much and when and
what
not who, but like
of grain of the powder that's the remains is. Yeah, that's the question.
Hey, and matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. Jacob.
Sure.
So,
but it could be like through atomic, stuff. It could be converted into energy, and
but
wait.
I mean, like, doesn't that kind of
no? That wouldn't be the lunar. No. No, but craziness.
I mean, there's just so many things that they can get into, especially if they want to take the science-y route in something that's like more universally true that I could kind of understand.
Like magnets or something.
Shut up. All right, y'all, this has been fun. I'm ending it at magnets. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about stories or just hang out in general and chat about whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.